Say hey.
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 Hey, Caleb.
Mr. James.
Caleb, do you know what this is right here? Know what that is? That's a burn because your daddy was hot this past week in rivalry week and he burned me.
Burned
So
him. I burned him.
he burned me. His young players, man, they beat me up. How do you feel about that?
You know, speaking of youth, the Bible tells us to not despise somebody because of their youth.
Mm.
And so I was just trying to teach you a biblical lesson, one of many over the years that I've taught you. This one happened to be an ass whooping.
Oh man, I've yet to beat you, man, and it hurts. It hurts, Joey. It hurts. But congratulations! I'm so happy for you, man. The place you find yourself is seventh in the playoff running, and you've got two tough opponents coming up, both divisional, Wiregrass division opponents. Moose this week, and then Miles next. Then you finish off with Tone. What do you think your playoff chances are?
You know, initially we're trying to build a dynasty here. I mean, that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to pass this team off to Caleb in about 10 years.
Mm.
And we just found out yesterday that we're having another boy, another son, and I fully intend that he will take over one of y'all's franchises.
Wow.
And we're just gonna reign the league. Um, but with that long-term vision in mind, we we happen to find ourselves most likely in the playoffs this year, and so
Mm.
we'll see what happens. I don't see us not getting in the playoffs, um, because of some of the other recent transactions and trades. So we're excited. I mean, we'll see what happens. We're pleasantly surprised. Feel ahead of schedule.
It's
So
amazing.
go
Well, man,
go
I don't
Jays
know
go.
what else to say other than congratulations. Congratulations. Another son
Yeah, yeah,
and
man. Thank you.
a playoff
It was a
picture.
big week, a big few days. I don't know which is more exciting, beating you, or the news of a second boy. But yeah, the Cedric Tillman thing. Like, you can say what you want. Maybe I got lucky, but I did pick him up in 3 leagues and start him, and I picked him up, a couple weeks before the movement. So we'll see. We'll see if he ends up being, you know, a league winner. I don't know if that will be the case in this league, but a staple on the team nonetheless, more than just a 1 week wonder is the hope.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, let's shift a little bit. Let's talk about Matt for a second. You and him in very similar situations. He could simply be one of the most uh, threatening teams as he's changed a lot and possible comeback story beating Miles this past week. And yeah, I mean, he's a contender for the playoffs. And man, when you look at his team, do you feel envious or are you thankful that you don't have it? Tell me your thoughts on his squad.
I mean, I don't want to say too much because there's some players on his team in that league that I have in another league. Um, but I mean, I wouldn't want to face him in the first round for sure. Moving forward, you know, there's different schools of thought. I you know opted in for a total rebuild, and Matt, we didn't want to just make the playoffs. We wanted to, win championships, plural. And so some of Matt's moves could be, you know, in some ways interpreted as trying to make the playoffs, make that push. But,
Mm.
to each their own.